Story. Hey everybody, let's see.
Could you sit here by James?
There is number 89291.
How about you there, Odin? And Ivy will.
Let me see, what is your thing? Yours says 73489. Is that your name?
No.
No? Let me see, your name is 24094.
No, that's my name.
Well, what's this right here? I thought this was your name, 249. Let me see.
No, that's
24094. I'm going to call you that.
No.
What do you mean, no?
That's my name.
Well, what's this number right down here? What's that?
My number.
What do you mean it's your number? You must be 92051.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm going to call you. And you know what I'm going to call you for short?
No, it's,
Your
her name
nick-
is Ivy.
You know what I'm going to call you for your nickname?
What?
92. What do you think? Do you think I'm serious or do you think I'm joking?
You're joking.
I am just joking. I know that's your number, and I know your name is Odin. But I'm going to call you, if I was making a nickname for you with your number, you'd be 24. And you'd be, your nickname would be 73,
No.
and you would be 89,
No, I
and you
won't
would be...
No, I won't need to be that.
Okay.
I will be
I'm just teasing.
that.
Do you know, I like to tease. Anyways, did they tell you that you were going to be spending some time with me? Did they tell you my name? Mr. Matteson? Mr. Matteson, and do you know what I like to do with kids? When I like to work with kids, I like to write stories with kids. Do you guys get to do you like to write stories?
Yeah!
Do you get to write stories? What about you? What's your name? I didn't see your name. Can I see? Oh, Jack. And if I was joking with him, I'd say, oh, you are 42759. All right, I like it's very, let me see. So let me go around. James, do they call you anything besides James? Just James? And then this is Kaylee, and this is Odin, and you are Ivy, and you are Jack. All right.
I have Ivy.
IVY, that's exactly right.
I'm friends with Ivy.
Are you?
And James. I'm friends with James
Yeah.
and Ivy.
Yes. What does that say right there, do you think?
Mr. Madison.
It does say Mr. Matteson. And look at my name. I like this right here. I like to look at it. I have, how many M's? Two. Mr. and Matteson, and I like this. Look at this. How many T's do I have in my name?
2.
So I think names are very interesting. Anyways, so you ready to write a story?
Yeah.
All right, I think that's great. And you know who gets to start a story is always the first one who gets to write a story?
You.
Me. Why? Why do I get to start my stories the first one?
Because you're Mr. Madison.
Exactly. I love that. All right. So I was thinking about what I was going to do here when I came to what story I was going to tell, and I think I have a good story for you to tell. Can I tell you my story?
Yeah.
Do any of you have a dog at home or an animal? Do you?
I have a dog. It's black and it's a girl. Mine's name is Zoe.
Oh, mine's white and black, and it's a boy, and his name is Sammy.
My dog's black and white and skin colored, and her name is a girl, and her name's Jasmine.
Okay. Well, here's the thing about my dog. I love my dog, but you know what? Sometimes he makes me mad.
Excuse me. How?
I know.
Excuse me. Me and my mommy is going to get a dog.
Really? That'll be very exciting. All right.
I'm going to get to choose the house. What size the dog is?
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm so anxious to tell my story. I'm so excited to tell my story. And if everybody's talking too much, I can't tell my story. Right? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The first thing I like to do is do this. So make sure everybody can see. I like to do this. I need to do this. Very carefully, I draw my line. Do you know why I put a line in there?
Because it's the floor.
It could be the floor, but you know what? But you know what's going to go up here?
You.
Yes, my picture.
Yeah.
And what am I going to put down here?
Word.
I'm going to put my words. That's exactly right. So are you ready to hear about my dog, Sammy, and why he makes me so mad?
Why?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Name goes up there.
What's the first thing I put down in my picture? What's the first thing I put in my picture always?
Line.
Well, I put my line, but what's the next thing? What do I have to do now?
You.
I have to make you. How do I make me?
You mean yourself.
How do I make me?
Yeah.
What do I start with? I start with what shape is my head?
Oval.
It is? It's kind of an oval or circle. Watch this. Where do I start my oval? On the top or the bottom?
Top.
On the top. Always or sometimes?
Sometimes.
No.
Always.
Always. Watch this. Always. At the top, go around, come around, just like that.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Look. You still have that to go.
Oh, I can't leave it open like that, can I?
Yeah.
So watch me. I start and I have to touch the other side, right? Tell me when I'm touching. Am I touching yet?
No.
No, I'm not. So maybe a little bit more and a little bit more.
You're touching it.
All right, so there I am. There's my head. What comes next?
Eyes.
Well, sometimes I do something else besides my eyes first. Do you know what I do next?
The pencils.
My body.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to make my body. What color should I make my body? Well, what color do I have on a lot?
Blue.
I do have blue, so I think I'm going to use blue for my body. And what shape should I make for my body, do you think?
Square. It's like this square, but my neck is straight like this square. But sometimes I say blue.
Well, you know what I like to do? You know what I'm going to do? I like to make a big oval for my body. So I'm going to make a big oval. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to go around. And should I leave my body open or do I have to touch it?
No, then your blood will come out.
Then my blood will fall out. That's exactly right. So anyways, here I am. And what? I need to put down my 3 legs.
Way giant.
Right.
One.
One.
Two.
You sure? Count your legs. How many do you have?
I have 2.
How many do you have?
2.
Do you have 2? Does everybody have 2 legs? Can I?
I have 2.
All right. So anyways, here I was. And do you know what I was doing? I was outside on this day. How do you know I was outside? How are you going to know I was outside?
Because your dog was pretty mad at you.
The dog was mad at me or I was mad at the dog?
I was mad at the dog.
I was mad at the dog. Well, you know what? I almost forgot to do this. I forgot to put my hair on. Do I have a lot of hair or a little hair?
Little hair.
I do have a little hair. So I did a little hair. And let me think about this day. Oh, in this day, I know what happened. I was outside. How do you know I was outside? How would you know I was outside? What could I put in my picture?
Because you told me that.
I know, but what would I put in my picture to show you that I'm outside? What would I put in my picture? I could put grass.
Sun.
I could. And watch me put in some grass. I just like to do this. That shows the grass.
Sometimes you just...
No, I don't want to do that. Why don't I want to do that? Why don't I want to make grass like that? What would happen if I did this? Could it be messy?
Then it'll be all tall.
Right, and my picture can't be messy, can it?
I just...
No, it can't be messy.
Sometimes
Why can't it be? Why can't it be messy?
you.
Why can't my picture be messy?
We need to get you.
Well, nobody's going to be able to, you might not be able to tell what's going on in my picture if it's too messy. So watch this. I'm going to put this on that shows that I'm outside. And I'm going to use a circle, and then I'm going to do these lines. Why do I have these lines coming out of my sun like this?
Because it's bright.
It is bright. It is a bright sunny day.
And sun rays is like around the thing like light.
That is exactly right. So, on this bright sunny day, I
You
had
got
to...
your mouth.
I did, but I'm going to save my mouth for last because I'm doing something with my mouth. Anyways, on this day, I had to go outside because do you know what happened?
And you're not the dog. Sammy
ran out of the house and he ran away. Every time the door gets open, he takes off like a shot and runs away.
Like this.
Just like that. That's like a shot.
Daddy never does.
So watch this. And so watch this. Sammy, are you ready?
Did you know I could run super fast?
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Watch me make my dog. I'm going to start with his head, which is a circle, and I'm going to start with his body, which I'm making an oval.
Do you pretty like my shoes?
Hang on. And then Sammy has an ear. He has 2 ears, and he has a nose. And how many legs does Sammy have?
4. Because my dog has 4 legs, and don't forget your 1 tail.
2, 3, 4. And Sammy has a bushy tail, and he also has a spot like this. So there is Sammy, and I'm going to make these lines coming off him just like this. Why do I make those lines coming off Sammy?
Because he's going fast.
He is going fast. He's off like a
Shot.
He's off like a shot. And do you know what I'm doing? I'm like this. Sammy!
Sammy!
Just like that. So what shape should I use for my mouth?
Probably circle.
I think a circle too, and I'm going to use red for my lips. And do you know what my hands are? You know what I'm doing with my hands? I'm like this. Are you ready, boys and girls? Watch this. there I am. Sammy, all of a sudden the door's open. Sammy's out the door like a
shot.
And I'm out there doing what?
What about his eyes?
Sammy!
What about his eyes?
Sammy!
You forgot his eyes.
Oh, I did forget his eyes. But I have a secret ingredient to get him back. Do you think he comes back when I call him?
No.
He does not, which makes, no, even when I whistle, he doesn't come back. But I have a secret that gets him back.
Treat.
Well, it is kind of a treat, but it's like not a dog treat. Do you know what my secret thing is to get him back? It's right here.
What's that?
What is that?
A pocket?
It is a pocket. And I have something in my pocket. And then when I'm calling him, Sammy, come back. He doesn't come back. I have to pull out my secret ingredient.
What is it?
It's right there. No.
What's that?
Ready? Are you ready for this? Where's it? Now I have to have a pencil when I write my words. All right, you ready?
Taco.
How about this? You ready?
Taco.
Sammy. Oh, ready? Ready? Are you ready for this? To find out what my secret is for getting Sammy back? Sammy always,
Runs away.
well, he always runs away, but he always, how about this? Remember, he's off like a shot until I show him my secret, and then he, you know what I want to say? Sammy always races back to me when he sees
The treat.
cheese.
Cheese? You had treat?
Cheese. He's a cheese dog. Anyway, there's my story. So, James, tell your friends my story, will you please? Who is this handsome guy?
Yeah.
This is for James. James, tell my story. Who is this? Who is that?
I know.
It is me. Who's this?
Sammy.
It's my dog. What's my dog's name?
Sammy.
Let him do it. It's Sammy. And what happened with Sammy on this day? He did. He ran away. Did he run away fast or slow? He did. Like he ran away like what? He ran like a.
Shot.
He ran like a shot. And did he come back when I called him?
No.
No. How did I get him back, James?
Cheese.
Let him do it. Cheese. And does he come back fast or slow when he sees the cheese?
Fast.
He races back when he sees the cheese. Okay. Now, do you have a story that you can tell? My story is about my dog Sammy and my secret ingredient to get him back. What's your story
My story.
that you can tell?
My story is going to be about when Jasmine was running out. She just jumped over the fence.
Oh,
And my secret ingredient was a sausage. Well,
you know what? I just want to see how your dog jumps over the fence.
well,
Okay, so I want to see what's going to be in your story.
it's
A picture of you and a picture of your
dog
jumping
over a fence.
over what?
A fence.
Okay, so you're going to start with you, right? I want to see a picture of you. What's your story going to be, Odin?
I was watching Ninjago.
You were watching what?
Lego Ninjago. Lego Ninja.
Lego? What is it?
Cartoon.
Lego Ninjas. Lego Ninja.
What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that?
Last night I was watching Lego Ninjago on my dad's computer.
Uh-huh, you were? And what were you doing?
Just watching it.
Just watching it? Were you having some fun? Uh-huh. So what are you going to have in your picture?
Actually, my movie has lots of episodes.
It does have, but I guess I wonder, where does your story happen? Inside or outside?
And outside.
Outside. Do you like to be outside?
Yeah.
I like to be outside. What do you like to do outside?
Sometimes I go inside.
You go inside? And what are some of the things you do when you're inside?
Like play with my Legos.
Yeah. What else?
Sometimes go downstairs and put up my city I got.
Play with your what?
My city.
Your city that you made? I would love to hear that story. So let me see a picture of you and the city. So I want to see a picture of you first, right? And you can
It's
pick
on
your,
the huge
what color should you use for you?
My dog's actually gonna wear a skirt. Well, I'm wearing a Batman shirt.
What color should you use for you? All right, and Odin, what color are you going to use for you to make your skin? All right, Kaylee, what are you going to be? What's your story going to be? What picture are you going to draw today? What do you like to do? Yes, you can start.
I went to dog's Chihuahua store and I was going to pick a white Chihuahua out with my mom and dad.
You went to get a dog? You went to get a dog?
Yeah.
Oh my word, that's so fun. So you were there and did you have to choose which one you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I want you to hold the pencil down right here.
And
Okay.
it's a real young Chihuahua.
Okay, so I want to see a picture of you and I want to see a picture of your Chihuahua.
But I don't have a Chihuahua.
What do you have?
Nothing.
All right, well this is something that maybe you want to get, so I want to see a picture of you and maybe that's the dog that you want to pick out someday.
It's a little Chihuahua.
Okay, let me see a picture of you with your Chihuahua. What are you going to do today, Jack?
When my daddy got home, I'm going to get a Chihuahua someday.
What happened? Hang on, Kaylee. I want you to draw a picture of you right now. Pick out the color for your skin. Tell me again.
When my daddy got home from fireworks, I jumped on him.
Who jumped on him?
I did.
You did?
And then I looked at him like this.
Well, you know what I want to see? You know what I want to see? I want to see when your dad comes home, you jumping up and giving him a big old kiss. That's what I want to see.
Well, actually, it was my tongue.
I know, but I want you to give him, we'll kind of leave the tongue out and make a big old kiss on him. Give him a kiss on his face. All right? What color do you need for your skin? All right, you know what? Look at that. I love that nice head that you did there for your...
Well, my head's like yellow, so I'm going to get a little bit red.
Okay, all right. So I want you to go slow. I want you to go slow. Okay, I want you to go slow.
I'll get it. Thank you, Phil.
All right, so tell me, what are you doing right now?
Mr. Matteson?
Yes.
James Lawson Picker?
Yep, I'm going to be right over with him.
Thank you, James, for waiting.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just doing some fingers.
Okay, what are you drawing right now?
I don't know.
What color are you drawing? What are you making? Are you making you right now?
Yeah, I'm doing
Okay, what color's your hair?
Excuse me.
What color's your hair?
Brown.
All right, what's your story going to be?
My story is going to be I'm a cat named Garfield.
All right, are you playing with the cat?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So you have a picture of you, and you're going to put a cat in there. When you make you, what are you going to start with? You let me see your head and your body right now. What color are you going to use for your skin?
Excuse me.
Hang on for 1 minute. Let me see. Okay, so you're going to make your head. Let me see a picture of you. Go ahead, let me see a picture of you. Go nice and slow. Oh, I like that you touch it down. Make a picture of your body.
But I usually use my eyes after that.
Okay, I think that's fine. All right,
I
so...
do my legs first, then on one right here.
Okay, so this is you, and what are you doing, Odin? Hang on for 1 minute. Oh. What are you doing, Odin?
Can I draw my nose?
Hang on for a minute. Yes. Odin, what's your story? Don't draw yet. Tell me, that's you. What are you making right now?
My dad's computer.
You're making your oh, I said, no, this is the story about you making your city, playing with your city. Remember? So let's make your city down on the floor right there. What shape is your city? Is it a square? Is it in a square, or what shape is it?
Kind of a T.
Kind of a T? Okay, well, kind of make a T. Go very slow and make your city. All right. So tell me, there you are, and tell me your story. What are you doing?
I'm trying to just move
All right, you know what I want you to do? So that's you, and you need to make your dog, right?
Yes.
All right, so how are you going to make your dog? Do you want to see how I made my dog?
Yes.
All right, let's look at how I made my dog right here.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so let's stop for a minute. Tell me your story right here. Is this you right here?
No, that's my daddy, but
That's your dad.
But
All right. All right, watch that. So let me just write, I'm going to write Dad up here so we see Dad for a minute. So there's Dad. All right, so I have where's Dad's body? Ready? Let's draw his body. Pick up the crayon. You got to hold it right way. Now let me help you make his body right now.
I'm
going to help you do it.
Well, I really can't find
Just like that. There's your dad. And how many legs does your dad have? 1, 2, and you know what? Let's make his arms out straight because is he hugging you and holding you? Make his arm, make him both go out this way. Here, let's make it because he's going to be holding you right there. So there's your dad, and let's make a picture. Let's make you up in his arms where you're giving him a big old kiss. So make us. Yeah, but I'm going to put you right over here. Make a circle right here for him. He's going to be holding you and you're going to give him a kiss.
I'm good.
Yeah. There's your body. Now make your head right above there. Make your body right above there.
You look like a boy.
There you are. And who is that? Who are you making right now?
Right there.
Is that you?
I just,
Let me write here. Yeah, let me write me right there.
kind of look like a snowman, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's okay. Now you need some glasses. Let me see your glasses. Can you make your glasses? Put some circles on for your glasses right there. All right.
No,
Look at you. So look at your dog. Is your dog jumping over?
No. Oh, hey. Can you help me with the fence, please?
Yes, I can. You ready?
Yeah.
Should we make the fence? So dog's right here. Should we make the fence right here? What shape is a fence?
It's like pointy.
It is like this. Watch me. Let me show you how to make a fence. I'm going to come down like this. I'm going to come over. I'm going to make a rectangle. And then how about if I make a little triangle at the top?
That's like a pointy fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a fence right here. Make it right there. So go down slowly. Go slow. Go over. Go over carefully. And then put a triangle at the top. Can you put a little triangle at the top? Okay.
Can I draw a dress?
Hang on for 1 second. Let me see. So tell me your story. I'm going to come over, Kaylee. Tell me your story.
I was at my dad's house last night and
Hang on for 1 minute.
I kind of got the bed down.
All right. Is this your city? It looks like your city's on a table.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you in your house? I see you and I see your city. Where is
Down
your
at the
city?
dining room table.
The dining room table. Could you make the dining room table over here so we know what
Now
you're
this
in?
is the dining
All right. Hang on. So what do you tell me your story one more time? Who is this?
That's
Yeah. And what's happening?
Jasmine's about to jump over the fence, so she just got really close and she said, "Oh."
All right. So are you saying anything?
Well, I'm saying come back, but my speech transfer is a sock.
Well, remember that's my story. So I want you to see. What did you say in your story?
I was saying, Jasmine, come back. I really need you to eat your dinner.
Okay. So why don't you write some letters in there? Can you write some letters in that speech bubble? What you were yelling to her?
I actually just
Okay. So before you do one, so tell me what your story is. Who is this? And what are you doing?
I really don't know how to.
Are you hungry? So you gotta draw your cat. What are you gonna make your cat? What color are you gonna make your cat?
I'm gonna make fancy.
You're gonna make your cat orange? I love that. Okay.
Well, I don't know how to write words yet.
It's okay. I'll help you.
That's my dress.
Okay. So tell me your story. What are you doing? Did you pick out your chihuahua? Yes. So make your other leg. And then where are you going to make your chihuahua? In your hands? Because they're not very big, are they?
It's really little.
I know it's teeny tiny.
It's a really, right?
Well, you know what? Why don't you make him holding it? Let me
but
show you how I would make him.
that tall.
Yeah, can I show you how I'd make him? Here, I'll start him right here. Let's make his body right there. Let's make his body right there.
No, it's a girl.
Okay, but he still has a body. Now why don't you make a circle head? Can you make a circle head right up here? For your chihuahua? Just make your circle head right there.
This?
Make your circle head. Right? Nope, right above there. That's his body. Make a circle right above there. Yeah, let's make the circle right there. There. And let's make his little legs. How many legs does he have?
She.
How many does she have? 4?
4.
Let's make 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's make a tail. There's your little chihuahua. And look how happy you are.
But
you know what? I'm gonna take this from out here. You can have another piece of paper.
But you got its eyes.
I know, just hang on for a minute. You just stay there for a minute. I'm just gonna keep this for a second, okay? You can draw another picture. Kaylee, why don't you draw a picture? I'm gonna keep this one for a minute. Alright? All right, so tell me, did you draw your dining room?
Yes, I kind of.
What is that right down there?
My bed, but I wanted
Is this
to
your
draw
bed or is this your dining room?
This is the dining room, but I wanted to draw me and my dad's.
Well, we're gonna make you and the city in your dining room. So let's put your table right over here.
No, that's the dining room table.
Oh, that's the dining room table right there. Well, what else? Do you have a window in your dining room?
I have a
Let's
dining
make a square
room.
right here. Okay, so let's see your story. Let me see your story. All right, so tell me your story one more time.
Okay, actually my
Who is your dog? What's your dog's name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. So let's write Jasmine's name up here.
It's a pretty nice name.
It is. Ready? Let's write this. Jasmine. What did Jasmine do?
She was eating her dinner, then she just smelled like cat, so she was actually good.
But remember, she's outside, and what did she do?
She was going to jump over that.
All right, watch me. Jasmine jumped.
Oh, I forgot to color me.
Hang on for 1 minute. Jasmine jumped
Over the fence.
over the fence. Okay, that's your story for right now. All right, all right. Kaylee, what's your story right now on here?
I'm really not done yet.
I know, but we're gonna finish it right here. What are you gonna say about this? Who is this right here?
Me.
And what are you doing?
I'm holding it.
Holding what?
The little chihuahua.
So let's write that right down there. Ready? Ready? What should we say? I am. What are you doing?
Holding a girl chihuahua.
I love that. I am holding a girl chihuahua. There we go. That's your story. All right, I love that. I know, but you've got another piece of. You're gonna hold that. All right. And here you can use this piece of paper right here for right now. So.
I wrote notes. What does down mean?
All right. So.
Down mean?
All right. So let's look at you. So who's this right here?
That's my daddy. That's my daddy.
And who's this right here?
That's me wearing glasses.
It is you wearing glasses. So let's make those glasses. Pick up your Pick up. Let me see. What color are your glasses? They're kind of blue.
They're green and blue.
Yeah. So let's use the blue. Let's use the blue. Ready? And let's make those glasses a little bit so we can see them. Ready? Let's make a circle here. There's one of your glasses, and let's make another one right over here, just like that, so we can see your glasses. Yeah, I know. And you know what you're missing? Look I can see your head. What color's your hair?
Brown.
It is brown a little bit. Let's get some brown, and let's. Yeah, we have a brown right here. And ready? Let's get that. And here, let me help you. Yeah, just be very easy right there.
That means my hair is all people.
Right there, just like that. And you know what I'm thinking? I see your head and your glasses, I see your body, and I need to see legs. How many legs do you have?
What's my down mean?
Yep, and maybe we could use the orange for some legs.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, let's try 2 legs right here from your body.
Why do I have to write down?
Alright, there you are. And you know what I'm going to write here? Watch me do right here. I'm going to write this word right here. Right in between, I'm going to write the word smack. Because you gave him a great big old smack, right? A kiss.
Like this?
Yep. There you go. So there's your story. So tell me your story. When Dad came home, what happened?
I jumped on him.
And gave him a great big smack. All right, I love that.
Okay,
All
why
right.
write down, sir?
Hang on. So tell me your story right here.
My cat is running to eat food, and then when you go,
What's your cat's name?
Garfield.
Watch this. Watch me. Garfield. How did he go? Fast or slow?
Fast.
What should we say? Garfield raced.
He raced to his food to eat it.
Raced to his food to eat it. Mm-hmm.
And then when one more bit, I went to
Watch. You know what I'm gonna do right here. Watch this. Watch this. Why did I put those lines right there? He was running fast or slow? He was running fast, and that's your story. Garfield raced to.
Food and
Why did he race to his food?
eat it.
Eat it. I love it. Okay. And we have one more here, and then we're all done. So tell me your story.
Write down. So do I have to write down?
No, I just gave it to you so you wanted to do a little more drawing, you could. So tell me your story. Who is this?
He probably might be.
What are you doing? Are you looking at your city? Are you playing with your city? Or are you building it, or what are you doing?
I am. That's the base plate right here where the top line.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing right now with your city and your story? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. You are playing with it. Okay, I love that. And you know what? I love you. You made a window.
Well, actually, my dad's windows are rectangles.
Yeah. Well, you made a good rectangle. But you know what I might do to show it's a window, just like this.
Yeah.
And it shows that you're inside. So what are we gonna say? I should use my pencil for this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing? I am.
Downstairs.
What are you doing downstairs?
Playing with my Legos. You know how to spell Legos?
Mm-hmm. There you are. And look how much fun you're having. All right, so.
You got to make the width part.
The what part? What part? Oh, I did forget to play it. I am downstairs playing with my Legos. All right, there you go. All right, so let me see. Tell me your story. Jack, tell me your story before you go.
Well,
Right here. Tell me your story.
my daddy, just,
Your daddy just came home.
I was just too excited.
And what did you do when your daddy came home and you were so excited? You gave him a great big...
Hug.
No, what did we say? You gave him a great big...
Smack.
A great big smack. Beautiful. All right, who did this one? Whose story is this one right here?
Odin.
Odin, tell me your story.
I am downstairs playing with my Legos.
Yeah. And you're having a very fun time. Whose story is this one?
Jack.
Jack? Is this Jack? No, is that right? Is that Jack?
I mean James.
James. What's your story about?
He's racing up to choose food and eat it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and whose story is this one right here?
Mine.
What's your story?
I was holding her in the
Who is
hand.
holding what?
The chihuahua.
Yeah, you were holding a chihuahua, a boy or a girl?
A girl.
A girl chihuahua. And what's your story?
Jasmine is actually so excited about me. I got home from my first day.
I want you to tell me, what's Jasmine doing?
She was jumping over the fence.
She was jumping over the fence, and what did you say? I was going to show you something, and what did you say?
No, that's not
I said,
Ken.
come back.
Come back! And you know what we could do? We could write a few letters in here. Can we write a few letters in here? All right, let's write a few letters in here. Do you know what? This letter is right here? Why don't you put some O's in there right now?
How many O's?
Well, make one, and let's see if you do a good job with one. Let me see. Is that a good one? It is. Why don't we make one more for practice?
And a house.
All right, and then why don't we make another one? Why don't we make? Do you know how to make? You know what this letter is?
A.
Yeah, let's make a few A's.
Can I actually just make like a big A?
No, we're gonna make a low A's. We're gonna make little A's. Ready? Here, watch me fix this. Right? There's your. Start at the top. Make some A's. Let's start just like here. Hold your pencil. Let's make an A together. Or watch me. Start at the top. I go around. I come down like that. You want to make an A? Just like that.
Can I do up here?
Nope. Right here. Make it right here. Go around. Go up, and then come. Oh, look at that. Did you make a good A?
Yeah.
Make one more A just like that.
Okay.
Nice job. Start at the top. Nope, I want you to start at the top. Go around. Yeah, let me help you. Start at the top, go around, come up, and then go back down just like that. All right, so tell me your story one more time, and then we're all done.
Okay. Jasmine wanted to run over the fence because I died.
And what did you say?
Come back,
All right, come back. All right, you guys are all done. You did a great job telling your stories. Thank you very much.
And look at this piece of paper.
I know, I love that. Tell me that story.
And this little, I was at somebody's house who I knew.
And who is this right here?
Their little dog.
All right, I love that. What's his name?
It's a little
Okay. All right.
girl.
It was so nice to meet you guys, and so nice for you to do your stories with me.
And it's
So
running
thank
to
you.
its food.
It is running
Boys and
to
girls,
its
what do
food.
you tell Mr. Matteson?
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I will see you later.
Please stand up. Push in your chair.
Goodbye, everybody. Ivy and Jack and James and Odin and Kaylee. Goodbye.
But what about my
I'm gonna keep them for a little bit.
Go give him
All
What
right.
about this?
You can take that one. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Good try, Oda.
I just want you to know I love you, kindergarten teachers. I just love you. From the bottom of my heart.
Yes.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Joyce and I would like to give you half our salaries. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so turn it off.
All right. So just quickly, what are some of the things you're thinking about? What are some of the things you talked about? Or what'd you see? A lot of energy, which is what they're talking about. But what was I determined to do?
Model proficiency.
Model proficiency and get something out of them, right? That was proficiency. Did they want to take me off track? They did, and I did not let them. I was trying not to let them, because one of the things I was kind of interested in with these kids is that they're all over the place. They cannot be all over the place, right? So it's always bringing them back to that same point, that same point, that same point, right? What did you see for evidence of that?
The having Ivy retell her story the same way every time.
Yep.
She wanted to tell you 8 different stories.
I don't want 8 different stories from her, because it's not going to be helpful, guys, if she is allowed to go on and do that, to keep going and saying, you know, something different, something different. No, Ivy, tell me the story right here. What's your dog doing right now? Oh, he's jumping over. Yep. What did you say? I wanted to show you a little bit of how do I get some print in there, and it was just something like this, right? I did the thing, and now, you know, if she wanted to go to uppercase letters, and I'm like, nope, we're not. We're going to lowercase letters. That's what I want you to do. And she had a lot of success going with lowercase letters, right? So, what else did you see going on here?
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
you redirected 2 stories, like Jack's, he said he licked his dad.
Yes.
I'm Facebook friends with his mom, and that is what happened. So,
Well, I just always
why
question,
do
like,
that?
the, you know, appropriateness of stuff, so I'm kind of turning it into something that was a little, maybe, I don't know, I was a little shaky about it, so I decided to give it a smack or something like that, right?
Okay. All right, and then like Odin was right about watching TV, which is not very exciting.
Well, plus typically I don't like doing movies and redo, so I wanted to try to get something else out of it. I have no problem redirecting that, because he'd be a kid, that's all he wants to write about are movies and this and that, and I want him to know from the get-go, no, we don't do that. And in a nice way, I mean, I didn't have a lot of time to develop their topics a lot, but right now I'm not accepting these, you know, movies. What else does he like? The city thing, I latched onto that. I could have probably done more with the city thing, right? But you know, it really is directing. It's knowing what I want for the product. Here's what I want for a product. I want something that's kind of a story. I want something where there's a character and a setting, and I want them to be able to retell the same story. And I loved it that what I was really pleasantly surprised at is how quickly they picked up description and vocabulary and used it right all the time, right? And for me, it was trying to put in, you know, things that are going, like this, right? To help him be able to tell the word raced, right? Because there needs to be something in there that's going to help him get raced. So I said, watch me do these lines. What do you think? And when he saw that, he sees the lines, oh, that the dog raced over, which, if you remember from this morning, it's a little bit more of what a story is, using that kind of vocabulary and things like that, right? So, what else? Go ahead.
She didn't end up doing it, but initially she said she was going to draw a picture of her dog wearing a skirt, and you said, okay.
I thought she said for herself to draw her a skirt.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I thought she did, but
Sometimes their understanding of reality is
yeah.
very different.
But if I had heard, I thought she was going to put herself in a skirt, and I was very comfortable with that. But if she said she was going to put her dog in a skirt, I'd go, oh no, honey, you're not going to put your dog in a skirt.
Okay.
But I mean, but it's what's really helpful, even with this much energy. I really appreciate the fact that like Paula, that they have that much energy. But it's not going to take me off from what I need to be doing with them. The other thing is, of course, it wasn't in a classroom. It wasn't my classroom. But I'm taking these papers away, and I'm going to save them. And in my classroom, they're going to go off and do something else. I'm like, oh, why don't you go back to the blocks, honey? Right now, you're done. But so here I was trying to give them another piece of paper because I did not want to ruin, the stories, because tomorrow or the next week they're going to have to tell me the same story again, right? And I want them to be able to recognize something, right? So considering that, it's only 11 days of school or 12 days of school, considering the fact that some of these kids have short attention spans, or they're all over the place, or they kind of or they don't have fine motor control. You saw a range of things going on here. But for the most part, they all did something that was, this is the one piece that, was not really, recognizable. I needed to be with him more. And so I really wanted to spend a little time with him because of what I saw here. So the only thing I decided to do was help him put the glasses on and his hair, so minimally we would know, he would recognize that that was him. Because, he didn't even want to put himself, I was the one that suggested the arms. He didn't really want to put himself up there, but I was afraid he wouldn't tell me the same story if we didn't do something that was, supporting the telling of the story. So, I mean, certainly, not perfect, but being 11 days of school and seeing where these kids are, all over the place, I'm directed, I know what I want from kids, and I'm going to try to get that from kids, regardless of how many days of school it is, regardless of where they are developmentally, as far as developmentally, but, the idea that, she wants to go all over the place, and it's like, nope, let's stay right here, right? Kaylee's a talker, right, and I have to stop her from talking a little bit because, we need to get other people out of, going here, but just reactions. What are people thinking about? Yes, Paula. I mean, sorry, Joyce.
I was actually thinking, to be honest.
You were?
Yeah.
She was sending me her vibes. No.
Well, this reminded me of when we watched you do a third grade lesson last year. Paul and I actually were with you, and there was a fair amount of direction to kids. No, that's not your story. This is, And so sometimes I think we're a little too loose with kids, like we just let them go on where they want to go. And what you were doing reminded me, it's okay to give them a little direction. Say, no, okay, what you're doing really in that direction is you're focusing on, and we're getting it down to a very small piece.
Some of the behaviors you saw here are behaviors that interfere with learning, right? And so we've got to nip it in the bud. Ivy, who's wonderful and whatever, but her being all over the place is not going to get better unless she's directed. And she was very receptive to it, right?
She gets a lot of it.
I'm sure she
does.
does. Yeah, totally. And so, but always bringing her back, right? By the end, she kind of knew he just wants me to tell this story right here, right? She's a talker, right? And sometimes we just need to make sure she gets back into doing her work, right? And things like that. The one I was concerned about the most was this guy right here and being able to get him. So next time, I have to think about that. He's going to sit next to me because I need to get my hands on him pretty quickly. Trying to think of the other kids. A lot of them, language kind of things, trying to get them to focus and draw and things like that for the two girls. The two boys were actually low key, a little bit low key, more so. Let me just look at their, race of the food. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I would do with these kids. He's a very careful drawer. I worry about his fine motor a little bit, right? This is this guy right here. But he gets on a way of thinking as well that wants to keep going in a certain way, right? And I have to really work at trying to get them to do, how about this, what I want them to do, right? Which is kind of controlling things a little bit. Yes?
I noticed that you started two of their stories with I.
Yes.
Yeah,
for them.
No, that's
right.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm talking about I'm talking about you not starting. If I could think of something a little bit quicker for the kids, I would do that, right? But right now their attention span, so let's get this down pretty quickly, right? But for you, you're not going to necessarily do that, right? on my, I thought about that for my own piece, right? I said, you know, Sammy always raises back when he sees his cheese, right? So it wasn't, you know, starting with me. Yeah. And remember I said the kids can use I. I know. Challenges, what are the challenges? What are you thinking about? What are the challenges? Oh, now she raises her hand. The challenges,
I
right?
was thinking. So my question, David, was just like time management.
Yeah.
You know, that was 30 minutes.
Yes.
So
Longer.
I'm thinking, you know, the management you have with those 5 kids, is there
Yeah.
any, and then you've got, you know, what, 15
Yeah.
or 20 others.
Yeah.
Is there any way you would have done that in
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
Like 15
Oh,
minute
yeah,
sessions
yeah, yeah.
and
Well,
not one?
yes, that's exactly what I've done. First of all, the story would have been done not at this small group. I would have already done the story right now. They had just come, they hadn't seen a story, and so I wanted to make sure they had a story, so we would have taken that right out of it. And the beginning of the year, I probably would have done, you know, 2 and 2, you know, 2 and 3 or something like that, right? Just to make it move a little faster, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For when we create our groups, do you think we should have mixed groups, like how you had mixed
Yes.
abilities?
Yes. I think you should have mixed. I think if you don't, I mean, it's good when you have the high kids or even the proficient kids, but when you have the low kids, you have to be, you know, all over them, right? So, and I think for some of these kids, like I think we could have groups pretty quickly because some of them can draw, you know. Kaylee can draw, right? And so I might even get her started by herself, right? She can draw people and things like that. So I'm going to say, Kaylee, I want you to, you know, and a lot of times I have them draw their people. Why don't you draw your people right now? Draw you right now, right? And that's the way to start, right? I think I might even told her to draw her right now, right, to get her started. He's not a kid that I'm going to, you know, I'm going to let go. I'm going to probably be right next to him, and I'm going to take his hands, and we're going to make things together, right? But some of these kids, like Kaylee can draw, she can draw, they actually can draw. This guy over here needs help with a cat. I was really trying to think about his cat right here, that, you know, I'd probably help with the cat, what that cat looked like. You know, this guy can draw, so the drawing part's not necessarily the problem for a lot of these kids. You know, so a lot of them, I might not even have to be here. I can get them to draw their people. I'm coming right back, boys and girls, and then I'm going to go and do some things and then come back and see, except for this little guy right here. So it's hard in the beginning of the year, right? But if you don't know what the product is, and maybe, you know, but I think that these kids are actually pretty good. I was going to say maybe that they're just drawing the person for right now, but, you know, they actually could do a little bit more, right? So I don't know. Any other thoughts? Yes.
So I noticed that you focused on pretty much 3 things. You were focusing on the drawing.
Yes.
You know, to make sure that they're not making a sloppy drawing and they're taking their time. And you reiterated that as you were coming around and demonstrating with them.
Yeah.
The character. And so you started out with having them first, but then there was also elements of the setting in there too, with the window and the fence and things like that as well.
Yeah. The other thing, it was kind of interesting because what I loved, you know, is when you have this many kids, kids need to wait. He was very good about waiting. That's what I want. I want kids to do. A lot of times, you know, I take crayons away. I want them to wait a few minutes. It's okay to wait a few minutes, right, until you can get over to them, right? I needed to get over to this kid. I was triaging. This kid had more needs than that kid, just quickly from what I could see, so I'm going to get over there. Some of these kids, right, they had different needs, right, but I could see him, so I wanted to make sure I got to him before he got too far into things, right, so, but he was doing it, and when I got over there and talked to him, he was like, okay, I'm ready to start, and I kind of like that aspect, that, you know, that kids sometimes need to wait, right, if I take a crayon away, I want them to wait, because I took a pencil away from her. I think I did it with somebody else, too. I took the pencil away, because I need them to wait a little bit, because this is instructional time, and, you know, part of that has to be a little bit of waiting and learning how to be patient, and, you know, so I can get to them. Put your pencil down for a minute until I can get you, honey. So,
I think what I was thinking while you were working in small group is, because I still don't have the volunteers all approved or in the room, and we're not anywhere where we were in the spring.
Yes.
That as soon as my moms are coming in, I think that writing piece that I'm doing whole group now, they will do, and I'll pool group. I think that's what I need to do at that time.
I think that's
the way I can support them in those mixed groups.
Yeah, I love that.
So I have a question about the speech bubble.
Yes.
You were helping Ivy with her speech bubble. You just told her to fix some letters,
yes.
right?
Well, because first thing she said is I can't write. and I want to get rid of that. I can't write. Oh, sure you can, honey. Here's your card. Let's write a few letters. It also gave me a little bit of time to practice some letter formation with kids. So.
Would it be not appropriate to be like, come start with that, like kind of point out that?
Yeah, because
first, or is that?
Because she's so far away from there. I mean, that's what I think about when I think about the year. What is this year about? This year is about, I mean, there's still lots of things she can be working with on the picture and stuff like this. I don't want her to get, this whole risk-taking thing, right? I think she could, and very quickly, she'll know that she can use that card. She could write down some, some random letters, and that's going to be okay for now. In my benchmarks, there really isn't any focus on letters and words and sounds, because I don't want the kids fixated on those things, because there's just so many things, that they could do. So I just had to practice some O's. All of a sudden she got that darn eraser going, man. I'm like, I want to get rid of those erasers, right? And then, because she did a good O, I don't know why but that's what kids do. They have a good O, and she was erasing it. And I'm like, I don't know why we let that stuff go on, guys, because she was erasing something that was perfectly fine.
Did she pick other letters, or just O's?
I just picked O's, and I was...
Did she, though? Did she choose any others?
No, I was actually focused here on circles again, O's and then A's and stuff like that. And that's when she goes, I want the uppercase one. I go, no, we're going to look at the lowercase ones, right? So, sweet kids, right? And like Polly, you're always reminded how much energy they take, right? But again, I don't think I guess my point is that if you don't have the product in your head of what you want, that I could see it slipping away what our kids are doing, right? And, so I think when we come back, I want to talk about the 3 weeks, the 3 weeks, and the 3 weeks, because if we don't have a smaller picture of what we want these kids to do, you can always move ahead with a kid, right? If you know what the picture is for the first 3 weeks, right? And then what the picture is the second, if you have a kid who's on the second, you're going to move there with the kid. But unless we have that picture, and it may be, to help us out, putting the anchor paper right up there is what do we want a kid to be able to do, right? And be looking at that so that we're directed in the fact that we want a product that looks like something, right? What do you think about that? That, we have to, you have to know if it's the character right now, I'm going to get a character, and it's going to be a character that looks like something. And I was trying to pick the other thing, we didn't have enough colors for everybody, right, to use things, but, everybody, there'd be a small packet of everybody would have their colors, so you could pick your skin color out a little bit, you could pick out the colors versus what, and what he did, which makes it harder, everything's the same color. And it's too hard to identify things, right? And especially for him, who's got everything's like, close together and whatever, minimally you can see he's got hair and eyes, so minimally we could tell where is he right now. And then I wrote the smack right where I kind of thought maybe the lips would be or something like that, right? So, and I'm surprised he picked up on that word smack, but he did, So, great kids. But I guess for me, I'm really focused on the product and, how do we get to the product and how do we get kids to be proficient, right? Because I could see some of these kids like this guy, if we're not letting him, not helping him create something that he could be, right?
Could you explain why you changed Jack's story? I was a little puzzled by that. He licked his father. And
yeah. Well, I was.
You did.
Yeah, I did. I was just wondering about the appropriateness of it, right? And I guess the other thing is, I didn't know how appropriate that is, especially for other kids. It might have been very acceptable in the whole thing, the scheme of things, but it sounded a little off to me. And I wasn't sure if, And I know sometimes parents, get a little, uptight with certain things, so I don't mind changing things a hair. Again, after we switched it to smack and to kiss, he really didn't have too much of a hard time with that, right? And so, so I'm comfortable with it. But I think that sometimes we have to, I'm thinking about other people, because that could happen, and then all of a sudden I hear from other parents because somebody decides to lick somebody else. So I just try to get those things, try to squelch them right off the bat, right? What do you think about that? Because I am, and I think it's what Joyce said. I have these things in my head, and I kind of go with them, right? So the licking was just a little strange to me. So I was like, what do other people think about it? Just like some of the story parts changing that a little bit. I changed some of them.
Opportunity for vocabulary.
Yeah. That's true. That's getting out their vocabulary. Where are the descriptive words besides licking? I thought maybe the dog licked his father, and I was kind of excited about that, But when he told me he was, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want people to get focused on that, but I guess my point is I don't have a hard time, changing things that I don't think are quite right.